next up I want to talk about what happens to the body during a self-defense situation. So you've probably heard the term, hopefully you've heard the term fight or flight. You've heard the term adrenaline dump. We're going to be focusing on this, and the reason why is I teach 40% of our clients are women, so we teach a lot of women, and I do international seminars with a lot of women's self-defense, which is kind of funny as a guy teaching a female problem, but the research backs this up, and that's what I want to really get this out today. A lot of women are socially conditioned in inferior manner. I don't like the way that women are socialized. My daughter is definitely not socialized in that manner. Every single girl in every single situation where violence was acceptable for young boys was always almost frowned upon for girls. So getting dirty sometimes is frowned upon. Wrestling, girls use their words, and boys will be boys, and I hate boys will be boys. It drives me crazy.
I know, me too.
It's a stupid, shitty saying.
Yeah.
But even at the older ages, for example, male egos are fragile. So even if a girl is a better fighter than their boyfriend, they're still not going to win against them because they don't want to offend their boyfriend. Right? And so they don't want to deal with like the, oh, well, I was tired, oh, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So women, unfortunately, in the position we're in violence, are conditioned usually to lose consistently. Even when play fighting. When they play fight, they use the sport rules. So there's no way if we were play fighting, you could beat me. I'm way bigger than you.
Yeah.
But if we used some dirty tactics and predatory style attacks, you could do a lot of damage to me very, very quickly, but you would never do that to a friend. So every rep most females have in violence is losing, which is something we have to get rid of, right? Women get certain superpowers that guys don't get, and guys get certain superpowers that women don't get if they adrenalize in that traditional fashion. Simply speaking, traditionally, men adrenalize almost instantaneously. So this is my graph. We have 30 seconds, a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and etc. When the stimulus happens, boo, adrenal glands kick in. Your adrenal glands are right above your kidneys, and adrenaline is about a heartbeat away. So for most men, and not all men, it's going to be an instantaneous rise in adrenaline. It's going to go up, 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 and then it's going to slowly come down and peter out. Okay, so something bad happens, boom, all of a sudden guys get all the cool superpowers of adrenaline. A lot of self-defense instructors sell adrenaline as this fear-mongering tool, right? You're going to get scared, and you're going to defecate yourself, and oh, you're going to fall apart if you don't take my course. Adrenaline is the reason why humans are on top of the food chain. We are weaker than tigers. Bears can beat us any day of the week. We lie, we have thumbs, and we have adrenaline. Those are the reasons why we're on top of the food chain. Women, traditionally, tend to adrenalize a little bit slower. And the reason why is estrogen is an adrenaline inhibitor. It makes it burn slower through the system. So, as we hit this point, so we're going to use red for the ladies here, it starts about here, and it starts to rise much, 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 much slower. Then at about the 7 to 8 minute mark it goes, but then it stays much, much, much longer. This is fascinating for a couple of reasons. Number one is one of the symptoms of adrenaline is tearing of the eyes. Everybody's eyes water during an adrenaline dump. Men's eyes water during the encounter, so nobody talks about it. Another thing that happens is something called vascular constriction, which makes your hands shaky. Women adrenalize 7 to 10 minutes, usually later. So any woman that takes a self-defense course, they'll tend to leave after the most extreme part of the class, which is at the end. Their eyes will start to water and they'll start to shake. And then they assume that they're not built for this, or they're too weak, or this isn't the thing they're supposed to do. When really it's just an adrenaline thing. And this is why I want to get this out to all of the viewers. This is super important. So, if every time your eyes have watered, you've always been sad or weak or hurt, if your eyes start to water, you're going to tag it to that feeling, right? Okay. Even though it's not, it's you literally becoming a badass. Like you are becoming stronger and more powerful and all the cool benefits of adrenaline. But socialization is crying is weak. You're allowed to cry and show emotions, right? Yeah. So the second your eyes water and you start to shake, you're going to assume, most people assume it's because they're too weak. That is not true. That's your body amping up for violence. Evolutionarily speaking, the reason why this works is pair bonding for survival. Okay? So men, genetically speaking, are cannon fodder. We aren't as important as women are, biologically speaking. And the reason why is if we had a tribe of 10 men and 10 women, and we went to war, if we lost 9 men, the tribe would survive. If we lost 9 women, we would be in so much trouble the tribe would not procreate. We'd be toast, right? So, I equate it to an iOS system for your phone, like an update. Guys have the base level, women have the newest update for adrenaline, right? It's a better system and it works better. So, bear comes to the cave, guys effectively cannon fodder, run up and deal with it. The women then need their mental faculties and their ability to do complex motor skills, which you lose during adrenaline. They need those to plan escape route, grab the children, do the important things while the guys fight the animal.
Right, I've heard that before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if men die, it's no big deal because the women are taking care of everything else. If the bear gets past them, then women need those superpowers to kick in. So a bunch of things that women can do that men cannot do under adrenaline. And it works out really, really well. Okay? Number one is you retain motor skills longer. So I like to pick on the guys in this, even though I am one of them. And I'm still on team guy, but I like to pick on them a lot. If you've ever gone shooting or you've played a sport with a guy, almost every guy says they are rusty when they start, and almost traditionally every woman does super, super good the first 10 minutes of the thing. Golf, they're super good. Shooting, they're super good for the first 10 minutes. They're awesome. And then about 10 to 15 minutes in, the skill set of the girl kind of starts falling apart. And then the guy's like, oh, see, that was beginner's luck, and I just needed to warm up. And again, this is just adrenaline, right? Guys are there trying to show off. If you're attracted to females and you try to show off to a girl, they're adrenalized, so their skill set is bad. Their complex motor skills are shitty. They're not doing well. But women retain all those skills. But as they go and they get more and more amped up, they start to fall apart.
Yeah.
Right? So in the first 7 minutes of a fight, women are better at shooting guns, targeting. Women can activate folding knives. Guys cannot activate a folding knife under duress. So if you're a male and you carry a folding knife for self-defense, it's not going to work. But if you're a woman, you carry a folding knife, it is going to work. You're most likely, if you adrenalize in this fashion, going to be able to retain those fine motor skills. Okay? And then later on, about 7 to 10 minutes, then you're going to start falling apart. Right? And unfortunately, like I said, that's usually after the encounter, and then we take it as stress. But it's not. You're doing awesome. Number two is women get to plan what they're going to do when they're mad. It's crazy. So if you've ever had an argument with a member of the opposite sex, and if you adrenalize in this way, you just say stupid stuff, and then the rest is used against you. This is usually a male-female dynamic. It's because women get mad slowly, but they can keep their rational thought in the 7-minute period, which means they can plan escape routes better. They can plan secondary positions better. They can go for weapons. That's why almost every single encounter where a man is fighting a woman, when the woman wins, there's a weapon involved, because the women have the faculties to go and get that weapon, where guys are too busy just throwing fists, and they have to train to use a weapon. The last superpower is you pretty much get a free life. So the benefits of adrenaline are you get up to 600% of your natural strength. You become pain resistant. You bleed less. There's a whole bunch of really cool things that happen to your body under adrenaline. Women get it later. So if they're winning the fight, every second a woman fights, the better her chances are against the male attacker. Because the man is coming down and they are going up. This is going to get a little dark, so a warning. Every single sexual assault study we've read, at about the 5 to 8 minute mark, that was when the woman decided if they were going to let it happen, which is a good decision if they survived, or they were going to fight back. And it was always at this time when the adrenaline kicked in that it was, hey, this isn't as bad as I thought, or I think I can do this. And always at the beginning, they were bigger and faster and stronger than I ever thought anybody could be. So every single minute you delay, every single second, as a female, if you adrenalize in this manner, you are becoming stronger and more equipped to deal with violence. Your body's prepping itself. So, ladies, if you do any kind of combat sport or training, your coach has to understand you're also not going to amp up like they do. Like, so for me, give me a couple slaps in the face, I could jump into a ring. Women need to amp up usually a little slower. So this is fascinating to me because it shows all of the cool things that women can do that guys cannot do under adrenaline. Right? Guys get the instant superpowers of pain resistance, less blood loss, hyper focus, all the cool things, but they're dumb. Women can outsmart them and then also gain all the cool, incredible Hulk strength.